Hello everyone, I'm Nancy and welcome back to my channel.
Today I'm painting Siren's Secret. So this is the title of my painting. I'm gonna paint a mermaid but in a pretty unique way that you will later learn in the video. So these are my sketches that I drew for the reference. I wanted to make everything floating in different directions. That's why I drew long, luscious hair of the mermaid just flowing around. And later you will see me paint the tail of the mermaid flowing in different directions as well. So this is how it looks after combining both of the sketches. My main color scheme for this painting's background is going to be yellow, white and blue, so I'm just doing a pretty thin wash of these three colors just to make a base and to keep the graphite from spreading while I will paint. So the thing that I said is going to be unique is that I'm sculpting the hand of the mermaid so that it will look like she is reaching out of the canvas and her hand is coming out of the canvas. So I'm also doing it for the first time, like this is a experiment based painting. I don't have much idea of what I am doing, but I'm just going with the flow, so I just put the glue first to keep everything in place, then I'm sculpting everything with the Fevicryl clay and keeping water with me to smooth out everything. And you can also use sandpaper if you think the clay is not really smooth. If you have seen my recent videos, that are not so recent, of course I have not been posting for quite a long time now, sorry for that, but yeah, if you will see my recent videos, the Tiana painting that I did, I made a fairy, and the Radha Krishna one, they both are of the similar fantasy scheme, and I'm figuring out that this might be my true art style, like mixing realism with magical fantasy stuff. This is really giving me the thrill to draw without thinking that what might be the actual result. Key to make a perfect painting is to be not afraid of layering the paint. This is the first layer of the paint that I did for the background, and I think this layer is really important because when you will paint, you will see that after layering, the color seems really opaque and the color scheme looks really nice to the eyes when it is layered down. So this was the first layer. Everything I'm painting right now is the first layer, and for this layer you don't have to blend everything perfectly because you will be layering over it, and even if the color is not opaque enough, when you will paint over it, the color will look opaque because there is a similar tone beneath it. So how I like to layer my painting is uh, use three tones, obviously mid-tone, highlights and the shadow. Layer it where I need the shadow, where I need the highlights. You will get an idea when you will paint, and then let the whole thing dry and then again paint over it, this more time precisely, and keep blending everything layer by layer. And I like to do at least 3 to 4 layers to make sure everything looks blended and opaque. Always remember, art is the best therapy, and you sometimes just like enjoying the process. You are just making everything, you're obviously making a lot of mistakes because you're not thinking before doing it, but the result will turn out amazing every time. I have mixed many things. If I want to make flowers out of nowhere, I will make flowers. If I wanna add the gold in it, I will add the gold, and just makes everything so magical and relaxing. And obviously I did a few mistakes in this painting as well, because I was experimenting, and art is all about experimenting. So I'm also learning, you also learn with me, and let's see the further process. I painted the base of the magical hair, the colorful hair that I loved the most. And after that, I did a pretty small mistake that I have told you about earlier with the background. So obviously I am painting the underwater effect for the first time, so I thought uh, of the different ways to make it a little easy. So I did another layer, a really thin layer of the dark hues of the blue color, and I tried to um, make an underwater effect using tissue paper, and that I think was not the worst, but is not really of any use either. It gave me a little bit of direction where to paint the waves, but it is not necessary. I wanted to show the whole process that I did, so I also showed the mistake. But I will suggest you to not do this part, because it was pretty difficult to revive from the mess. And if you are not an expert, if you are not sure if this will work for you, maybe try it on another canvas, or maybe a paper, or any waste canvas that you can use later. Main thing to show that this is an underwater scene was to make the waves above the water. So you have to make sure that there are a few big waves, and then when you are going further, the waves will look smaller. So that is what I did here. I used three colors. Firstly, I mixed white and yellow for the highlights, and added a little bit of blue as well, because you don't want it to look all highlight. You can layer it down later if you want to add more light and shine to it. So I did that and outlined random waves using the blue. Also mixed yellow with the blue to match down the tone that I liked. The waves first, then added the light part and the dark part, then I slowly blended it. Do the process again and again until you are satisfied with the waves. Make it a little darker as it is going further away from the light. And before it all dries out, make sure to take a big brush, and from the point where the light or the sun is shining, take the brush and brush it outwards in different directions. It will give an illusion of the rays coming inside of the water. You have to brush it in this direction that I have shown in the video. It will also blend the waves slightly, so it will look more natural, because if you will see any water waves, they are not harsh lines, they are all blended together. Firstly, use a dry brush, then use a white color very dilated in water. Use 70% water and 30% paint, and slightly brush it. And if you think the white is a lot, then use a paper or a cloth to slightly wipe it. Now that our base is completed, now we can work on the mermaid. I'm going to paint the hair with a smaller brush. Here I'm using size 00. I want a real wavy and colorful hair, so I am painting different sections of the hair. I'm using lavender, pink and blue, slowly defining where and how I want the hair strands to be, and then I will fill the colors. These three colors are very similar, so to make sure that they don't look like a blob of color. Instead, they look like separate strands of hair. I am only doing the outlines and then filling the hair with another color. Like I did the outline with the purple and the pink, and then I started filling with the blue to separate the hair strands. And then I use the highlight and the shadows instantly in the second layer to make sure that the strands look different. And now that our shapes are completed, you can start defining each and every hair strand, like adding more highlights if needed, adding shine and the dimensions to it. Further, I'm painting the face, and I have already did so many videos on the face. I have did the Bharatanatyam Dancer twice. So if you want to study more about the face, you can watch my other videos. And if you want more videos to do the anatomy or the face study, you can comment down below and I will make an specific video just for the anatomy. I'm adding the pearls and the other details, and then I will move on to the another most important part along with the hair, that is the tails. So I am using the same color scheme for the mermaid. I'm gonna paint the tails pink and blue as well. I'm using the similar technique that I did for the hair. Just layer it down and you can see after 2 to 3 layers how opaque and how perfect the tail and the color looks. So firstly I'm painting with the pink and then adding few of the purples and the blue here and there, and making a butterfly shaped top along with a lot of pearls. I'm painting with the baby pink color for the base and then defining it with a little darker shade of pink. To embrace the look, I again added a complementary blue color diamond in the center and did a lot of pearls. This is how our mermaid turned out. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the mermaid. If you want to learn how I did the amazing sea background, the plants and the shape and the little treasure box, stay tuned. I will post the next video related to it. Thanks for watching.